Just when you think things can't get any worse, they get worse. Yep, they got worse. 2 broken vans, space of 3 weeks.
Stripped off the teeth at the bottom. Sure what kind of mess it is inside there.
I think back to sleeping in cars, sleeping under the stars, making love in public places, and I could not give you much out of 10 ever again. It would always be.
Yep, that's a bit of timing belt. So that's what's happened.
On mine, yes, I like the way your hair smells, waking next to you. Dream on Sunday afternoon.
There you have it. Timing belt completely slipped. Stripped off the teeth at bottom.
I could never repair your car, would not know where to start, but I'll cut you. Come my girl, you'll have to please forgive my memory like a sip. Might forget the occasional thing, but I won't forget the first day we went walking on the moor. Get your 18th birthday, and I'll remember lots of fun. Now I'm sure there'll be lots to come. I just can't help but think about you loads, but right now my mind needs to be its soul. I must be crazy, still I'm crazy. See what your love makes me
There's a torque bolt on the back of here. I can't see what size it is, and I think that's too big, but here's the top tip. So press your finger on it, the bolt that you want to get out, and keep pressing it. Right, pull it out. You've got an imprint of it on your finger. Smaller than that.
Parts, all the parts have arrived. We've got hydraulic tappets. I'm going to drop them in some oil in a minute and get them fermenting. We've got the rollers, we've got the stretch bolts, we've got the seals for the injectors, we've got drive belts, oil filter, a pair of cams. I broke this, taking it off, it's just a vacuum valve. And we've got a belt kit, and all the tensioners, and a water pump, new bolts and everything. Yeah, so it'll keep me busy for a few hours. Cam's dropped into the basket. Let me show you what happens when you get it one tooth out. If I just lift that out and turn it a little, drop it back in, that's one tooth out. And you can see it's difficult to see from this kind of angle, but you can visibly see how it's turned. So let's pull it out again. There you go. It's timed up. So just one tooth shows you just how far you are out. so it's really difficult to get wrong.
Living grams, sex, drugs, rock and roll, nearly death of pounds, and they're fighting for a feel where you have to pay away. If you haven't got a gimmick, man, you'll never get your say, cause he turned into a somebody and almost of a night. He's still got shit that's running, nose are batting on his eyes. He's living out a dream, but it's too cliched. Giving even off shots, he's sure to take his place, man.
All broke on the exhaust side. Just not on in that side. I think that's got everything. Let's get the rest of them off. I'm gonna replace the followers as well, because this happened to me before and I didn't replace the followers and I regretted it because I had a tapping that never went away until I redid the engine. That looks damaged. That's obviously, well, you can see it's gone through the head of the valve. See it? Just there. And then prying off. You can see them there right in centre. You've got to get every trace of the rockers and rollers out of there. Pair of forceps should always be in your toolbox. These things have got me out of so much shit in the past. Retrieving bolts and things, little parts like that. So we zip tied the camshafts to 2 pieces of copper piping. You can use anything though, you could use a socket extension or what if you wanted to. Zip tied it in position so it can't run out of time. I'm just going to put a bit of oil on the bearings, make sure they're clean.
And be celebrities like the McCanns.
I'm going to fit the camshaft seal. These are meant to be fitted dry.
This idea to get as rich and famous. I was watching Channel 4, that show called Shameless. You should have booked one of the kids that I'm 6 or 7 and tell police that it's so fast it's pinched and my heart is broken. The UK, where petrol costs more than the Chardonnay.
It's just done the outside edge. Don't do these parts because they're where the oil feeds in. And you need to put a little bit on this part as well because that's the bung on the end. There's a rubber bung that fits in, and I could do with a bit of sealing, not a lot, just all in position.
So fast it's pinched and my heart is broken.
Final inspection and make sure all those followers and rockers are in the right place. That's what I was telling you about the path to the cylinder head bolt. You look straight down that, you see the cylinder head bolt. That's a perfect demonstration perfect indication that timing's spot on. You can see straight down there, access to the bolts not impeded at all. You're all good.
On the mind, no fight tonight, goes exactly where it likes. His body surrender to the rhythm of his night, and all the people.
The vacuum pump's finally come. I had the gasket for a while. That was one of the first things that came out of parts, but this has come from Germany because they were 450 quid plus VAT here from VW, and I wasn't prepared to pay that, so I got it from Germany, £110 delivered, but it took a fair while. But the problem is, this gasket, there's a couple of different types of gasket. If you look, none of the galleries line up. It's a completely wrong gasket, and I've had this problem before when I've ordered the gaskets. If someone's changed the vac pump for a different type, which it looks like they already have, they order the original gasket. Just so happened, been digging in the bins, and this one's covered in water and God knows what. But it's got all the same patterns, so that'll work. I just need to clean it up, and I'll have to put a little bit of silicone on the sealing surfaces, I think. Been doing this now for 2 days solid. I just want to get this van finished, but every time I lift the bonnet, it gets soaking well underneath. So a vacuum pump fits down there on the back of here, and then you've got 4 bolts that go into the cylinder head and this basket, so it's really awkward. The first thing you've got to do is line up the slot on the back so you can fit in the vac pump. I've got some kind of idea where it is. It's high on this side, so I'll just set the vacuum pump so it slots straight in. But basically this job is a real pain in the backside. You've got to have been a gynecologist, and I'm not. I'll have a good look at it for you, but I'm not. So it's high on that side, so about that angle. Slot it in.
Remember how good it is to be alive. It doesn't matter if the toys are
This job is much easier before you put the rock cover back on.
What you say before the best things in life are free.
So the injectors, this is the bit here where they get seized. But what I do want to do is grease up all the bottom here, give that a damn good greasing, because these are always the parts that seize. You've got like a little serration and that grips them in place, but they don't always work. That one's ready to put in. Ready to go in? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the camera cut out, so I'll just, in case, I'll show you again. These have to be fitted together in pairs. So you put the clamp in place,
like that. The diesel pipe's facing that way. I'm going to drop them into position. Give them a little push. That's it. Always use new stretch bolts. So when you're fitting these injector pipes, one of them, it seems like it's a bit back to front. They like kind of cross over each other. So for a few minutes there, I was more confused than a blind lesbian in a fish market.
I've never been here, and there's a bright light shine in my eyes. Remember how good it is to be alive. It doesn't matter if the toilets are bleeds onto the dance floor. Doesn't matter if you've got 2 left feet anymore. Doesn't matter if the money's getting spent recklessly. What you're saving for, the best things in life are free.
Just going to put some water in it and then I'll top it up with coolant. So I ran into a massive problem. This is a leak off pipe. This is what takes the diesel that's not used from the injectors back to the tank. And these clips are what you push into place once you've put this part into the top of the injector. But my clip's broken. Now I can probably get the van started with that, but I can't take it to work because, for anybody who's been following the channel since the beginning, we had a terrible engine fire after a complete rebuild, and it was that one part that had failed that caused the entire fire. Other circumstances led into it, obviously. 120 mile with it leaking, that was the problem. Getting onto a red hot turbo, boom, the whole van went up. So, needless to say, it's Sunday today. I was hoping to get the van on the road for tomorrow to go to work, but can't risk it just because of that one part. But I'm just not going to go through that again. We're not having another van go on fire. Just crack off the injector feed pipe to the fuel rail, crank it a little bit. Wish the battery be flat. Battery's flat. Best thing I ever bought this. If you want one, I'll leave you a link in the description. We got diesel. No, it's just a case of cranking it. As a note. That's just the induction noise you can hear. Sounds absolutely sweet. So I'm just going to run it up to temperature and then drop oil out, see if any of those little needles hanging around in some. I'm thinking there might be. just to let you guys know, we're a business first. The YouTube channel, I'm really happy with how the YouTube channel's doing. The startup videos, they're just doing so well. But I was kind of hoping it were going to attract some attention to the business. That was the original idea of this. That, and that people didn't believe how much bad luck I had. So I wanted to document that. But it would really help us if you'd like and share and all that other stuff and subscribe. Not just to this channel, to our socials. We've got Facebook, we've got Instagram. We really could do with a helping hand. Having 2 vans go down at the same time like this, having to have a week and a half off work. Some customers might not come back after this. So yeah, I mean, we'd really appreciate your help. So yeah, if you own a shop, you sell motorbikes, buy and sell, or if you just repair them, give us a shout if you do need some transport. We would appreciate your business. If you want to see the playlist that we've got for bike builds, I'm going to put it here for you. And if you're more interested in the barn find startups, we'll put them here. Thanks a lot, guys. Don't forget to subscribe.